You're watching First Stop News. Who is RFK and why are some people concerned about it? We'll tell you why.
Plus, more women are in charge behind the scenes at the NFL, thank goodness.
And there's a bird that always poops in flight.
We'll get into all of that, but first, here's some news you need to know. I get my nails done every 3 weeks. My mom made me as a kid, and it's a soft gel manicure to be exact, but there's been a lot of talk about the gel nail polish. The European Union just banned it because of one of its ingredients. It was found to be bad for the reproductive system after testing on animals, and European regulators want salons to throw these polishes out and switch to alternatives. Here in the US, gel nail polish is widely available and unrestricted, and Europe is generally more strict when it comes to beauty regulations. Experts say exposure is small when you get your nails done, and so the risk is low. But if you want to be safe, try regular nail polish instead. And it's game time. Hollow Knight Silksong broke records in multiple game stores when it dropped last week. The demand for the indie game was so high that it caused the Steam store, the PlayStation store, and the Nintendo eShop to crash. It might have happened because Silksong was not available to pre-download, or because it only cost $20, or maybe it's because fans have waited 6 years for the sequel to arrive. During the release weekend, the hand-drawn game peaked at 587,150 concurrent players on Steam, which made it the second highest that an indie game has ever achieved on the platform. And for all the techies, Apple had its largest event of the year and released a bunch of new stuff, including what it's calling the thinnest iPhone ever. It's also super light, the iPhone Air. There's also the iPhone 17, which, surprise, comes with a better camera that's 4 times better resolution than the last one. You can't forget the new AirPods, the new Apple Watch, and my forever fave will always be the wired headphones, especially because I've washed mine twice in the washing machine and they still work brand new.
Football is in full swing and more women are in charge in the NFL than ever before. Out of the 32 teams, the NFL told us that at least 12 of them are controlled or majorly owned by women. Men have mostly owned NFL teams in the past, so this is a huge deal. But what do owners actually do? They meet to discuss and vote on things like new rules, new stadiums, proposals from the Players Association, and more. The NFL launched in 1920, and the first woman owner didn't come along until 1947. Her name was Violet Bidwell, and she took over the then Chicago Cardinals. Since then, more women sit in the owner's box, and here's just a few. Denise DiBartolo York took over the 49ers with her husband in 2001. Amy Adams Strunk has been running the Titans since 2015. She's one of the only primary female owners. Darcy Glazer Kasowitz is one of 6 siblings leading the Buccaneers, and Gail Benson owns the Saints and the NBA's Pelicans. She's the first woman to own both an NFL and an NBA team. And other teams have women as significant parts of their organizations as well, proving that football is for everyone.
And as a woman who loves the NFL, all sports, thank goodness there are some ladies in the room, but let's switch gears. Have you ever had a bird poop on your head? I have not, but in 5th grade, I had one poop on my foot while I was wearing sandals. It was absolutely traumatic, so I must introduce shearwater, a large seabird that apparently almost always poops when it's flying. Researchers strap small cameras onto their tummies, studying hours of footage of them living on a remote island in Japan. And here's a surprise. They poop a lot, usually every 4 to 10 minutes. Very active digestive systems. I love that. It's not apparent why they do this though. The scientists were working on recording how the birds run to take off and accidentally stumbled on seeing their frequent bathroom habits. Turns out, seabirds' poop is a good thing. It's full of nitrogen and phosphorus that can fertilize waters. And penguins, their poop is made of ammonia, which can create clouds that help fight climate change. So keep on pooping, birds.
There are a lot of changes happening right now when it comes to how to keep Americans healthy. The changes are happening under Robert F. Kennedy, also known as RFK, who is the Secretary of Health and Human Services, which is the department that oversees America's health. RFK was appointed by President Trump and has been a controversial choice from the start. RFK has no medical degree, has accused the federal government of lying about COVID-19, and is openly skeptical about vaccines. Last week, he answered some tough questions from senators who are calling for him to resign, saying he's a danger to Americans' health. This all comes just a week after President Trump fired the director of the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, because she wasn't aligned with his health agenda. Last week, the Surgeon General in Florida said the state plans to get rid of vaccination requirements for children. Right now, Florida and every other state in the country requires that all students going to public schools be vaccinated, but it's becoming more popular for states to want to create their own rules around vaccines. Last week, California, Oregon, Hawaii, and Washington announced an alliance to address what they say are gaps between what the Trump administration is saying and what the CDC says about keeping people safe.
If you're wondering what all the fuss is about when it comes to vaccines, head to our YouTube channel. We have a whole story explaining the history of vaccines and why they're so important. Many studies have proven that vaccines are extremely safe and effective to help keep you and the people around you healthy. Some people are celebrating all of the health policy changes the Trump administration and RFK Jr. are pushing. They're a part of a movement called MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, that talks about linking things like chronic illness or autism to corruption in the food and pharmaceutical industries. Others say those claims are not backed by science or research, and that the movement is pushing dangerous messages. All of this matters to you because federal and state health policies put rules in place about what vaccines we need to get, what medications we're allowed to take, and generally considered healthy for all young Americans.
Man, that's crazy how quick vaccines have changed, because I remember getting vaccines when I was a kid and everybody was like, oh, it's the most important thing, and there wasn't a question about it, and now people are questioning that. It's really weird.
Yeah, I like a vaccine. I like health, and I like pooping.
I can't, I want to stop thinking about that because just ew, I don't want to go in the ocean anymore. It's full of bird poop. Those animals need to learn how to use a toilet, and this next video probably could teach them a thing or two, maybe.
I do want to see the video, but I also want to see you guys here next week.
You could subscribe and tell us your favorite poop facts in the comments.
And we'll see you next week. Goodbye and keep pooping.